meeting 2 months ago, and why it didn't show up till this past 2 weeks, I don't know. Let's see if I can fix my name. Hi, Brent. Maybe you know how to fix my identity here.
Hi, Brandon.
My new identity.
Morning, Brand.
Move the chat room.
So, there, you're temporarily fixed.
Oh, thank you.
Now, Sylvia, though your picture still shows on the side of mine, it still shows Brandon's picture.
I understand why it might have done that, but why did it wait for 6 weeks to do it after he used my computer?
You might have to go into your Zoom settings
Uh-huh.
and rename yourself.
Okay.
You can do that on the little Zoom button, or on the if you log into your Zoom account on zoom.us.
Uh-huh.
You log in there, you should be able to go fix things. But I don't know why, if he's got a Zoom account, he somehow used yours or whatever, unless he doesn't have a Zoom account.
Well, he did, I think. Huh. Okay, so I clicked the Zoom button and now I've lost everybody else except for you.
Oh,
I
well.
may go out and come in again. Well, no, Sue's still there. Oh, there we go. Huh, strange.
Lynn's on his West Newton Friends meeting.
I gotta change my name here.
You want me to change it, or are you changing it? Well, Sylvia was Brandon still, so.
Actually, when the pictures came up, the videos, there was a picture of Brandon that flashed, and then you came up, Sylvia.
Yeah, how strange.
Yes.
We're not really sure if this is John Heschelman and Dan Bean or not, because everybody else's identities have been all messed up this morning.
Okay, well, I'm practicing wearing a necktie for the wedding next Saturday.
I guess that means I need to.
Oh, it's gonna be a high class affair.
All right. I was planning on wearing my high state shirt, but
Okay.
I
Well,
guess I'll put on a necktie.
Oh dear, I'm not sure we can let him in.
Morning, Lynn. Morning, Dan.
Morning, everybody.
morning, everyone.
Hi, John and Betty.
Good morning. Oops, you did that. Okay.
Betty's coming up to the front row.
Yeah,
There.
he moves some things. I can get closer. Still can't see us though.
Everybody have a good Thanksgiving.
It was unusual.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a good word for it.
I think I spent 5 hours on Zoom on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
We spent a couple yesterday, but we got to see Jennifer and the kids in Peru, so that was
Oh,
a
good.
lot of fun.
Yeah, we got to see all ours Thanksgiving evening. Got to watch that 3-hour time change.
Yes. Yes. Well, good morning, Dale.
Hey, Dale.
And what did you do at Thanksgiving, Dale Doral?
We were over at Angela's. We
Uh-huh.
connect with them almost daily because Karen takes care of Eloise during the week.
Uh-huh.
So we were just over with them.
Are they members of Grinnell?
Yeah, they're part of Grinnell. Yeah, they've been very active there. I think even before they were married, they basically that's Josh's home.
Morning, Dan and Chris.
Morning.
Hey,
Good morning,
Dan Berger.
Sylvia. Good morning, Brent. Sorry, I missed the book club again on Wednesday. I was
We're all done.
making a secret tool purchase over on the east side of town.
Uh-oh. Secret tool.
Well, there were some tools advertised on Craigslist, so I went over and made a deal. And I guess I was supposed to, because when I got done, this was on Wednesday, I got done and leaving, said something to the guy about I hope you have something to be thankful for this tomorrow. And he said, yeah, some guy just handed me $100 for some tools. So apparently I was just at the right place at the right time to help him out.
Give him what he needed. Wow.
Yep.
Good.
Morning, Dan and Chris.
Morning. Morning, Sue.
Are you in Goshen? Dan?
No, I'm in the kitchen. Chris is down here.
Okay.
Facing a different way so the sun's not coming in on the camera.
Right. If you don't recognize my kitchen, this is it.
The other side.
Yeah, we don't
How
usually
about-
see that side of it.
Yeah, you see the two picture frames over my shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
I believe Dale made those. Kathy had Dale make them for a Christmas present or something and mounted the pictures, which are seed advertisements,
Oh,
and matted those, and it matches the maple of the kitchen.
uh-huh. Yep. Sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
Produce or seed labels. I found on the internet this week some early labels of Quakers out in California for their citrus groves when they all moved out from Jennings County, Indiana, and
Yeah.
bought land in Orange County, California, and Whittier area, and laid out the college. And there was one, it was from the 20s. The brand was there, but it was Quaker Girl oranges. And I will say that Quaker Girl looked pretty fetching. I think an advertising agency had gotten to her by the 1920s, but it was kind of amazing because I posted it on the Association of Bad Friends just for fun. And there were lots of people who had no idea that Quakers had anything to do, that there were even Quakers in Southern California. It was like, good heavens, we're all so
Right.
parochial. But yeah, so it's kind of a hoot. And then, of course, they got off on her appearance. It was like, well, she doesn't look very Quakerly. And it's like, it's a joke, people, just relax.
Hi, Kathy.
Kathy Berger.
Morning, Kathy. Morning, Chip.
Good morning. Everybody okay?
Doing fine.
Yep. Hi, Jen. How fun to see you today.
crowd you bring in, Chip. Wow, people heard you were preaching and
Yeah, it's supposed to be the fifth Sunday. Not many people show up.
Surprise.
so where's Steve live?
On fifth Sunday.
Yep. He'll be here where he can hear, but he's not going to be visible today.
And then Amanda said she would take Sundays occasionally. Haven't seen, heard of her.
Mooresville's is not worshiping this Sunday and next Sunday. We had 2 come down with COVID over a week ago, Laura Brown and Susan Felix. So with Thanksgiving and everything, we decided to hold off 2 weeks. They're both at home. Neither one of them's in the hospital.
Yeah, we don't have any COVID within the meeting, but we have so much around that we
Yeah.
didn't hold services last week or this week. We'll see about next week.
Lisa's better, but Michelle's still looking pretty peaked. I only saw her through a screen door when I took Thanksgiving dinner over to her. But Lisa's all better.
Good.
Good morning, Nancy.
Kathy in stereo. There's 2 of her. Our attendance went up.
Yes.
Maybe we can all log in on more than one device.
You get to use the royal we now, Kathy.
Can you hear me? Yes,
Yeah.
here we can. Okay. Dumb computers.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm having some issues with one of mine too.
Yeah, I've got my cell phone and my laptop.
Now you're giving us feedback.
I know.
Morning, Norma.
Good morning.
Good morning, Norma.
Hi, Sue.
Nancy goes, we're such professionals at this.
Morning, Dave. Still having trouble with your camera?
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Uh-huh.
It won't let me load the camera.
Hmm.
There it says I'm better looking that way.
Morning, Debbie.
Good morning. We'll try that again. Good morning.
Yeah, you're not in picture.
Everyone have a nice Thanksgiving, or have you already been discussing that before I jumped on?
You said it was different. Lots of
Mine-
meetings on Thanksgiving.
Mine was good. Different.
What did you do, Chip?
Went to next door to Brandon's house. The 4 of us had Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
I'm the Thanksgiving
Us.
cheapskate. I went to Kroger's yesterday and bought 2 turkeys for $6 each, which was a savings of $24 per turkey. So
Wow.
you buy them the day after. They're giving them away almost.
It is the season of Thanksgiving.
All right.
Right.
I was thankful for the savings for sure.
We had a 13-pound turkey for the two of us. So we ate about a fourth of it and then called the folks who rent our little house, and they came back and got the rest of it for them and their 3 kids. So
Okay.
I made,
leftovers.
I had a dish called hot chicken salad. It's not a salad, it's a casserole. And I always make that every time the family gathers and they beg for it. There was one year that Ruth said, I can go to college now because I've had my hot chicken salad fix. Anyway, I made a big dish for each of the boys' families. And so Andy and Matthew came and picked up their dish and they took it home and ate it there. And then we Zoomed at 5 o'clock in the evening. So we had a family gathering by Zoom.
Yep.
And they still got their hot chicken salad.
That storm still headed for West Newton and Indianapolis?
I think it's going to go east of us. I don't think we're going to get, we may get a little rain, but I don't think we're going to get the snow. Ohio's going to get dumped on.
I'm sorry?
I think Ohio's going to get dumped on.
Are you disappointed to miss the snow?
No, not yet. In January, maybe.
Yeah.
It is about that time to start. Are there prayer concerns or other things that need to be shared before we go into silence?
My granddaughter in Stuart, Florida has had COVID, and she had a pretty rough time of it and still has a lot of lingering things, especially a really bad cough, as well as she has no stamina at all. And so keep her in your prayers that it all works out. For whatever reason, nobody else in the family got it. So her husband and the 2 kids are so far negative.
Skip is the worship leader this morning, so if you'd put yourself on mute so we don't have feedback, and you can give Chip feedback later. But we'll go into silence, and then during the silent period, if you feel led to speak, just unmute yourself and do so.
Well, first of all, I want to apologize for my message. I just didn't know what to talk about. I thought, well, the country's so divided. I want to talk about that. And the COVID, I wanted to talk about that. So I came up with my message and I read it to Troy last night, and he goes, well, I enjoyed it, but it sounded more like a fireside chat than it did a message. And I said, well, I like FDR, so that might be good. But anyway, I hope you get something out of it. This is what I came up with. Good morning, friends. It's the 5th Sunday, and normally that Sunday was kind of an unprogrammed meeting at West Newton. A year or so ago, Ministry and Council, of which I'm a member, was getting people lined up to give a message for the month. I was asked to fill in on the 5th Sunday. All I needed to do was pick the opening music. In theater, that would be the overture. I'm not sure what we Quakers call it. But Norma Gaskin came up with something, and Nancy Bailey and Norma sat on the facing bench with me. I needed someone that could pray better than me. You see, when I pray, I'm kind of like Tevye and Fiddler on the Roof. I look up and say, "You didn't keep your eye on this one," or "That would have been a perfect time to zap him with a lightning bolt." I digress. I asked if I could say something, and Brentville said yes. I was pretty sure it was going to be my first and last time on the facing bench. My message was about my rooster, Adam. And if you reach out long enough, you can be friends, or at least be friendly to one another. Anyway, here is another fifth Sunday, and here I am. I had a lot of trouble trying to think about my message and what I would talk about. My first thought was to talk about my friend Kenny and how we dealt with the election, how even though we voted differently, we still remain good friends. Of course, my family said, "You can't talk about politics." Yes, I remember one night Mother and I were watching this movie called The Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Glenn's Ford family lived in Argentina, and they were visited by their German pro-Nazi relatives. At dinner, they were all sitting, talking, and eating, and someone brought up the Nazis, and there was yelling and screaming. Things were broken, chairs knocked over, and the grandfather had a heart attack. Mother reached for the remote and put the movie on pause. Then she looked me in the eye and said, "This is why we don't discuss politics at Lisa's." Then I will talk about simplicity. Whenever we talk about the Quaker spices, I really feel uncomfortable with simplicity as I shop too much. An example, I used to run around on Wednesdays, going from one Goodwill store to the other, buying all kinds of stuff. Wednesday was senior day and I get a 30% discount. It was pointed out that I couldn't talk about that because even though that because of the COVID, I'm stay at home, I did learn how to shop online. And then I thought about talking about COVID and the coming vaccine. And as we go into quiet time, asking the question, would you give up your shot for someone else? Of course we would for family members, but what about a stranger? My friend Andre thought that would be way too much of a downer. So here I am, the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and what to talk about. I think I'm going to end my message with how my Thanksgiving was changed and how truly blessed I am. But first, let's talk about politics. For those of you who don't know me well, I am a liberal. Troy likes to tell people that I'm so liberal they don't want me in the Democratic Club. My friend Kenny, who I've known for 20 years and is remodeling my mother's home, is a Republican who has never voted. Kenny was working on my front porch and told me that he had done something he had never done before. He registered to vote. Of course, I'm thinking, of all times, why are you going to vote in this election? Why couldn't you just stay a non-voting person? Kenny told me he didn't know what to do next. I got online, told him where he could vote, printed a sample ballot, and the day he voted, he put his "I voted" sticker, stuck it on my front porch, and said, "I voted." When I voted, I took my sticker and put it next to his and said, "I canceled your vote." We both laughed, and that was the end of that. We are still good friends, never fought, and all is well. The letter S is brought to you by simplicity. It means a lot of things to each one of us. I am living what I would call a simple life. I almost never get off the property. I get up, feed the animals, do a 2-mile walk, and work on going through my stuff, which I have too much of. I do Zoom meetings, and I sit on my porch in the morning having coffee, and in the evening, I sit the same place having wine. Pretty simple if you ask me. There is one downfall. While others learned all kinds of new things during the pandemic, like a new language, how to cook, or reading new books, I learned how to shop online. And eBay is my favorite place to shop. I have found some wonderful things to add to my Elizabeth Taylor collection. Yes, Thanksgiving was different this year for most of us. Mine because Mother wasn't here. She died 2 years ago, so none of my Thanksgivings will ever be the same. I miss all the prep she went through getting ready for the big day. My mother was a very organized person. She cooked lots of different kinds of food, and everything was ready at the same time. Now, there was the one time when she was running out of time as company was on their way, and she had a sink full of dirty pans. She just backed up the car, opened the trunk, and put them all in there and washed them later. Yes, I will miss those days. But change is in the air, and I had a wonderful Thanksgiving with Brandon, Keisha, and Drake. I just walked next door and spent the day talking and eating and watching Christmas movies. Keisha's a wonderful cook, and I had lots of leftovers to bring home. I also had a wonderful surprise on Thanksgiving morning. I believe I told you about my friend Marilyn last week, and that she was trying to cross over, but she surprised everybody and just pulled out of it. And now she's doing quite well. So I was so blessed to hear that. I'm so blessed. I have so many things to be thankful for. My family, my nice home, food, friends, good health, and I could go on and on. So as we go into our quiet time, let's think about what we have to be thankful for and not be sorry for what we don't have. Think about those who are struggling. I've seen lots of people in food lines, and I just breaks my heart. Think about what we might be able to do for them, and let's just try to love one another.
As we come to the close of meeting, are there things that friends would like to share that they haven't yet before we say goodbye this week?
I just
Well,
want to say thanks, Chip, for your message.
Yes, it was very good.
remind friends that Sylvia and Dan are getting married, Dan Bean, that is, a week from Saturday, this coming Saturday, not a week from yesterday. So let's hold them in God's light and love. You're on mute, Sylvia.
Yeah, we wish you could all be there, but we don't think it's safe to do that. And we will make available a recording that you can visit later if you'd like to see what happens in this little bitty hybrid wedding between
Good.
being there and being on Zoom. So we'll make that available a little bit later.
I think the wedding will be hybrid, but the ceremony might be.
Right. Right.
Well, best wishes for much happiness. You both
Thank
deserve
you.
it.
Thank you.
Best wishes to both of you.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you all for joining today. It was good to see everybody and to worship together. So blessings on the coming week, and we'll hope to see you next Sunday.
Happy
Bye.
season of Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Chip.